1991-92 World Series Cup. This is Game 6. Australia taking on India at the Adelaide Oval. Allan Border will lead the side once again, and also David Boone coming off a century against India in this series already. India will be led by Mohammad Azharuddin. Chris Srikanth and Ravi Shastri will be opening the batting for India. We join play with Ravi Shastri facing Bruce Reid.
It's got to be pretty close. He wandered across a little bit, yes. Umpire Ian Thomas has a long look and then decides that Ravi Shastri is indeed in front. So Bruce Reid strikes in the first over.
Yes, Ravi Shastri walks into position well before the bowler bowls. He does give the umpire a good look at those stumps. And Reid, you see, there he goes across. He's waiting for the ball to come. And I don't think there was much doubt about that. That was Plum LB. Fine delivery. And Shastri's out. It's a very good start by the Australians against this very strong Indian batting lineup. It's 1 for 2.
Dropped. Allan Border got a hand on it. McDermott is bowling that outswinger beautifully.
Yes, he's an in-form bowler with a very good and late outswinger. And that wasn't all that difficult. He found a good edge. The white boy could see it all the way, and the bat was there. It wasn't an attacking shot at all. It was just a beautiful delivery. There's the defensive stroke. There's the edge. Border seemed to go the wrong way just for a second. And through the hands and away for 2 runs. Beautiful bowling by McDermott. Excellent line.
And gone this time. McDermott doesn't make any mistake. That's a good catch because he's a tall man and he had to get right down to the ground to take that catch. Brilliant start by the Australians.
Well, a magnificent fielding side, but you don't expect fast bowlers to have reflexes like Craig McDermott. That ball was firmly struck back there. It was a good delivery, just short of a good length. He hit it not quite in the middle of the bat. McDermott down very quickly, very sharp chance. A brilliant piece of work. And India in a bit of trouble here now due to some fine work by 2 fine bowlers. They're 2 for 4 in the second over.
Sachin Tendulkar from Bombay comes out to join his mate Sanjay Mandraker. Beautiful shot. A very confident player. India might be in trouble, but the way it looks to me, Tendulkar has decided that the best form of defence is attack.
It was a glorious shot. Under the circumstances, it was a great shot because they're under a bit of pressure, but it was a half volley. Hit it on the up and placed it beautifully. And it's great to see. Batting at 3 and 4, normally your best straight players. These 2 young players are all class and are going to cause a lot of problems before the summer's over.
Just in front of second slip, Steve Waugh.
Great reply from Reid. He angled that one across and a fraction wider, enticed the batsman to play. Waugh did well at slip. It's quite a cold day. Just bounced just in front, knocked it down, saved any run. Good battle here at the Adelaide Oval.
I saw Tendulkar make that century at Old Trafford against England in 1990. It was quite something to behold for a player so young. And there's 4 for him. Not all that far away from Geoffrey Marsh at Gully, but it was hit with tremendous power.
This is the shot that can get him into trouble because sometimes hits it without really getting on top of it, but it also gets him lots of runs.
Just a slow ball, but it was very well picked by Mandraker.
Their running between the wickets yesterday was really outstanding, and even today they're picking their singles very well. That's very important because the bowling is not easy. Reid in particular is bowling some unplayable deliveries, and so the singles and the twos need to be taken.
Peter Taylor did very well there, but they still made 3. Once again, good running. And it's the end of the over, 2-4-37. Straight to the man at square. Tendulkar has gone. He hit that right off the meat of the bat. But once again, excellent fielding. That was a sharp catch, even though the fielder didn't have to move very far. It went at a terrific bat.
It's slightly slower, and although he middled it straight to Dean Jones. That's the wicket India didn't want to lose, but they have, and they're 3 for 37.
Safely away. And there's another example of desperate fielding. Oh, and what a brilliant piece of cricket. Absolutely brilliant. The relay throw. Tom Moody, way down on the boundary, has made a desperate effort to save, and then has been so quick to get on his feet and gather the ball, and with a rocket throw for the relay, quite deliberate, and then the throw to the wicket-keeper's end.
This is the reason why the Australian team is the best team in the world in the one-day game. Look at the way Tom Moody has dived and stopped, and then taking advantage of that slight hesitation, having Manjrekar short of the crease. Very quick reaction there from Ian Healy, and India have unnecessarily lost another wicket.
That's brilliant stuff. He's a great fielder, Moody. Manjrekar out for 12. 4 for 42. Praveen Amre, the new batsman. Michael Whitney comes on.
Thank you, Richie, and that's a fine shot. This little chap, Amre, has come into the Indian team and has looked to belong from the very first match. He's a very busy player. He's got runs in the matches in which he's played so far, and that was a very good shot.
Whitney continuing here. It's very interesting that Whitney's little in-swinger causes a problem for the right-handed batsman, and it's not really the in-swinger that causes the problem, because what it actually does is creates a little bit of doubt in the batsman's mind. And there we go again. I mean, how many times hasn't he done that? The reason he's done that is because he's already swung 1 or 2 in, and this one really doesn't swing, it goes straight across. And that's the reason why Mohammad Azharuddin played and missed at that one.
Save, and that's the other thing about the Australian effort. The fielding has been terrific. Talking to some of the Australian players, Sonny, they've been saying that the seam on the white balls has been really sharp in the fingers and really sitting up. And we've seen quite a bit of movement off the seam here today from Waugh and Whitney. The Indian players mention anything about the white balls?
No, they haven't, Ian.
Gone. Well taken by Ian Healy, coming forward. So Whitney, after beating the bat on plenty of occasions, has finally got his reward with the edge carrying to Ian Healy.
Amre was shaping quite well. It's a fine catch there by Ian Healy. That's a big thing about the Australians. They just grab everything that goes up in the air. India 5 for 64 now.
Kapil Dev is the new batsman.
And there hardly has been a peep out of the batsmen so far. I think they haven't actually got round to thinking about the...
Big shout, and once again Whitney has struck with the ball moving across the right-hander. Straightforward edge to Healy, and that's number 2 for Mike Whitney.
Mohammad Azharuddin's bad form continues, and you can see the uncertainty in his movement. He's not quite there, playing well away from the body, and that's what happens when you're not in form. That's the 6th Indian wicket for 69 in the 25th over. India really on the rocks now.
And off the leading edge and just over Taylor's head. Lucky break there for Capel. It's 6 for 72.
Dropped the run rate. It's nicely driven. Barker getting the half volley away straight down to the ground. Reads the fieldsman. I'm happy with 3. They need a big partnership here, India. The Australians have controlled this match from the very first over due to some excellent bowling. It's a nice hit using his feet. Leading straight down the ground for Barker. That's 4.
Got to take advantage of every loose ball. There haven't been too many bowled by the Australians out there today. Just 4 fours have been hit so far in this innings of 6 for 84. And that was something of a gift. The slower ball, and it turned out to be a full toss.
It's straight down the ground. That's safe. Brings up the 100. 6 for 100. That's man down there. It's Moody. It's over his head. He's getting back. He's got his eyes on the ball. And crash it goes into the fence. A big hit by Kapil Dev. 4 runs. Moody was quite deep, but not deep enough.
Border has him placed where you would normally have a man on a proper sized ground. That is one of the longest hits you will see.
Craig McDermott continues from the city end.
He's a long way out, and they don't miss, these Australians. David Boone hitting the stumps with just 1 at which to aim. Prabhakar goes. A really needless run out. And India are 7 for 119.
So I don't know what got into Prabhakar. I think mainly the fact that he didn't have a look to see where the ball was going. He just took off and ran. There was no way in the wide world that Kapil Dev was going to respond. And David Boone hit them from side on. It's now 7 for 119.
Kiran Murray, the wicketkeeper who hasn't been used much by the Indians in the Benson Hedges World Series Cup. That's a neat deflection by Murray. He's worked the ball away very nicely indeed and gets a good boundary.
And like most bowlers, the fieldsmen are never in the right place when the ball goes to the boundary. You get a few bowlers who I'm sure would love to have about 16 men out there. But Reed saying to his captain, he is too square. And they had a fine leg.
Of course, all bowlers have 16 men on the field when they're bowling in the nets. Just over the head of the fielder, can't quite get there. Field, in fact, brought in for Murray. And Dean Jones running back, clutching at it, not being able to reach. Sorry, Moody is the fielder.
When you get it just out of Tom's reach, it's a long way from him.
Well, that's a big one, but he can't beat the fielder this time. That really is a very long boundary. Moody this time was a little bit further back than he was when Kapil Dev went over his head a few overs ago. And this one went straight into his chest and he held it quite comfortably. So Taylor gets a wicket in his last over It's 8 for 133.
It was well hit by Kapildev. Beautifully hit, in fact, but you're looking at clearing about 130-metre boundary from where Kapildev is batting. And Tom Moody caught it some 10 or 15 metres inside the fence. So that's 8 down now for India with the score at 133.
He just scooped that over mid-wicket. It's a paddle shot.
Just scooping that ball over mid-wicket for 2 more.
And here's Steve Waugh. Srinath has finally got 1 away for runs and picks up 2. He's found his range now.
That's a good shot. That's right into the gap. Into the fence too.
Kiran Moore is a battler, and that's one of the reasons why I was a little surprised that he wasn't slotted into bat earlier in the matches played before. And this is the reason why, because he has placed it very nicely between deep fine leg and deep square leg. Moray is a busy little player, keeps on nudging the 1s and 2s, and when the opportunity presents itself, it's quite capable of lifting the ball over the top. Not very powerful, but can time the ball well.
Oh, he's bowled him. No, he hasn't. Yes, he has. WW. Hit him right on the toe, and I think he's going to feel that for a while. Just for a second, it looked as if he'd hit all round it, and the stumps had gone back, but it's hit him flush on the foot. Huge appeal there as this happened. Watch the ball just going in there, whack on the foot, and boy, I think he knew he was on his way to the pavilion.
A painful way to get out. Kiran Moray, after fighting 20 of 28 deliveries. India 9 for 149 in the 47th over now.
Oh, that's a magnificent shot. Right off the meat of the bat, nice and relaxed.
That was how Kiran Moray got off the ground. Sent off by a McDermott Yorker. That's what it is. Ouch! And Moray is out.
In the air, and oh, he's totally misjudged that. It's come at him at half pace, really. There's absolutely no doubt that Border wanted that one. In the air, and oh, he got himself in a terrible tangle. He was going for it one-handed there at one stage. He missed on that occasion. 9 for 157.
Well, that's what happens when you're not having exactly a great day. The other day in Melbourne, he hit directly. Today he's missed it and missed a couple of chances as well.
Oh, this could be close. Yes, he's hit the stumps. He's given him out. Run out. Well, AB's done it. He's cleaned it up. There's never any doubt about that. So, there we go. The Indians really struggling with that one. It's hit the stumps, and the batsman, which is Srinath down that end, run out, and Allan Border, the fieldsman, doing the damage there.
So some good bowling from Australia, restricting India to 157. Kapil Dev the top score with 39. From the bowling side of things, well, 2 wickets to Craig McDermott, 2 for 29, and some good support from Mike Whitney, the big left armour, picking up 2 wickets as well. Australia need 158 at a run rate of 3.16 per over. We join play with David Boone facing Kapil Dev.
He's got right through him there. That one pitched okay, and it's cleaned Boone right up. That's a great breakthrough for India.
So he's got the early breakthrough that India need. He's done it a couple of times. Got rid of Desmond Haynes' first ball in Perth. And here in his second over, that one, David Boone appeared to be just a little bit late on it. Crashes into off stump. So the Australians 1 for 10 in the third over.
Dean Jones batting at number 3. Cad down the leg side, a long chase from Matt. Jones a look for 4 leg buys here. No, no, cries Marsh. He's off the bat, so 3 to Jones. He goes to 4. It's 1 for 16. Marsh has got through him. It's a beautiful delivery from Barker. It's clean bowled in. My word, this is going to be an interesting contest. Good line bowling by the Indians. Not giving the batsman any width at all. That bowling was clean as a whistle.
Well, they've hit the stumps twice. I mentioned that the Indians made a horror start. It hasn't been much better for Australia. And that one, the in-swinger that kept going off the track, and he found a big gap there. Australia have lost their second wicket with 17 on the board.
And he struck that well, a typical Allan Border stroke, the off drive, and a little bit of fumbling allows the batsman to go for an additional run. Well, when you've got as few as 157 on the board, you can ill afford to give away any. And that pushes Australia to 2 for 28. These are early days in the innings yet, and really, if India are to win this match, they will have to bowl Australia out. There's Prabhakar trying once more to Dean Jones. That's a good straight drive. Really struck that well, even if it doesn't go all the way. They should run 4 with Dean Jones. Who knows, with Jones in, they could run 6. But he does have the oldest member in the team in with him, Allan Border, the captain. So they settle on 4. All run.
Border responded very quickly. He knew it was going to be 4. And while Jones made it fairly easily, Border struggled a little bit in completing that 4th run.
So we have the first change in bowling. Ravi Shastri has come on. And that's in the air. Here's a catch, but no dropping safe. And they'll come back for a second. That was a back of the bat stroke and could be a crucial part of this match. If that catch had been taken, what a match we would have had.
I think it was quite similar to what Kapil Dev did to Taylor. A full toss going up off the leading edge. And Raju making a very valiant attempt. not quite successful there.
Well, to have got Border there, it would have been 3 for 38 rather than 2 for 40 now. And it's now 2 for 46 with a big hit down to the Richardson gates. So Border celebrates his narrow escape with a big 6.
Well, Allan Border hasn't had exactly the best of mornings. He missed a couple of catches, and he has to make up. And with that huge 6, he must be feeling a lot better. With the spin into the stands. Thank you very much, Ravi Shastri.
A few years ago, they could have called on the number 2 wicketkeeper in the touring squad, Pandit, to fill the role. Not so nowadays. So the 50 is on the board for Australia. They've moved on to 2 for 51 in the 17th over.
Certainly settled down this Australian innings that was a bit of tatters early on. The skipper has righted the ship. With shots like that.
It's as good as we've seen today. Lovely balance in the stroke from Allan Border. Looks to be in good touch. He needs to be running into form at the moment too. It's just been a bit of frailty up the top of the order so far. Been low-scoring games so far as the Australians have been concerned, even though they have 4 points in the competition so far.
And no man out there, and just bounces once before it crashes into the fence. So both batsmen have taken a liking to the lofted shot to mid-wicket off Shastri. 2 for 77. Going to have spin at both ends now, with Raju coming on at the river end.
Sweeps. That's over the top. That's a big one. That's a 6. It's 2 for 94.
And he timed it well. It also helped that Azharuddin had dropped the fielder from deep mid-wicket into the circle. Krishnamachari Srikanth bowling his off-spinners.
It's down the leg side and Jones works in the way. That's excellent running. Misfield, he puts the pressure on the fieldsman. That brings up 50 for Dean Jones. After a sluggish start, just finding the gaps. Good placement. Here goes Allan Border. There's a man out there, but he won't take it. That's 6 more. Brings up the 100 partnership. It's 50 and 1,000 runs in Test match, one-day internationals against India. 1,005 runs for Allan Border. 2 6s here today.
They've played some lovely strokes once they got into stride, and that is excellent for the good crowd here. Crowd of around about 18,000. And that's pierced the field also. Srikanth trying to bowl to an onside field. 3 inside the circle on the leg side and 2 away on the boundary. And Jones just gave himself a little bit of room for the shot. Beautiful placement. That's the way he's been scoring. Afternoon, Tony Cozier.
Good afternoon, Richie. Oh, that's a lovely shot. That's the perfect off-drive. Border now really going as the target becomes closer and closer. And that's a very inappropriate sign, because that was by no means a slog. That was a classic cricket shot.
Been very impressed by the footwork of both these players. They started off as they should have, with 2 down for 17 in a very circumspect fashion. Once they got their footwork moving, it's been thoroughly entertaining.
That is a big, long boundary. He's dropped it just inside, and he really now is flying along. 13 runs coming off the over, 2 for 138. So Australia moving towards yet another victory in this competition. Would be their 3rd straight after that very heavy defeat in the first match at the hands of India at the Wacker. Allan Border's quote then was that they needed to kick up the backside. Well, they certainly have improved since then. And that could well carry just inside. It's a long boundary out there, and dropped a couple of yards inside of it.
That is a very big hit. We saw Wasim Akram hit a 6 here when Pakistan were last out, almost the identical spot, and that is into the breeze as well, into a very stiff southwesterly breeze.
So 36 overs gone, and Australia now just needing another 14 runs for their victory. They've hit 37 runs from the last 5 overs. And Srinath comes back with Border in strike.
He's just flat battered that away through extra cover. A stroke of complete disdain.
I wonder if the Australians have got a plane to catch, because certainly in the last 5 overs or so they've gone after it helter-skelter.
I can tell you one reason they'll be doing this and playing their shots, scoring as quickly as they possibly can. And that is that this year, if 2 teams tie, there is a net run rate provision, the sort of thing that was in operation in the FAI Insurance Cup when teams tied. So at the moment, the Australians with that net run rate are on the bottom of the 3 teams. This will improve things markedly for them. 2 for 149. We're only into the 37th over. .150 up. Just 8 needed for victory. It's only a few seconds past 4:30 in the afternoon.
Took that right off the stumps. But he's seeing it so well now, he can do that sort of thing. Gathers 3 for him. Australia within sight of victory here. They need just another 4. A victory here which will give them a little cushion at the top of the table, and to put more pressure on the West Indies, who at the present time are at the bottom. More pressure on them to win that match in Sydney on Wednesday. That would make the situation very interesting coming into the 2nd round, which starts on January the 9th in Melbourne, in between their 2 test matches between India and Australia. Well, he couldn't quite make it this time. Ganguly, the substitute, takes the catch. He tried to finish it off with a 6, and he was a couple of yards short. But great entertainment for the crowd here. It's a one-sided match, but at least they've got great entertainment from their captain.
And Border has made a brilliant 76 and is receiving a wonderful standing ovation. Your batsman is Tom Moody. Moody's gone. Well, Raju has bowled him a ball on leg stump. He smashed it straight through square leg, and Tendulkar has leapt up and taken a very, very good catch. That came right off the meat of the bat. Another wicket down for Australia. 156 on the board. They still need 2 to win.
A variation on the Sod's Law which you had put forward a while ago. It wasn't the one which crept through. It was the good catch at square leg. Poor Tom Moody goes off with a duck. 4 for 156. And after what's gone on in the last 15 minutes or so, Steve Waugh will be quite content if he doesn't have to face a ball.
Well, that was going very fast. It was a great catch by Tendulkar. Scores at level with the no ball.
This chap Sachin Tendulkar is such a good cricketer, 18 years of age, superb batsman, and look at that catch, pulling down the mark, travelling. India have a real jewel in their crown here. And that's it for Australia. They've taken some time to get the last 4 runs. In fact, 22 deliveries since Allan Border was out.
So another strong batting performance for Australia, led by the captain Allan Border, 76, and some wonderful support there from Dean Jones, unbeaten on 63. The bowling side of things, Kapil Dev and Prabhakar picking up a wicket each. The pick of the bowl was Raju with 2 wickets. Another strong performance from Australia.